iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Michigan International Speedway. It's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply presented by Red Light Racing here. It's the second race of the season, and these drivers are hot and heavy to get things going here at this big 2-mile speedway. They may call it a speedway, but these Gander Outdoor trucks are going to draft more like this is a super speedway here tonight. 4 or 5 wide racing is not going to be out of the question. Anything is possible when we come here to this big track in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Last week, though, one driver was able to pick up a win and lock himself into that championship that we talk about oh so much. Max Terriot, the Storm from the North, blew in, and he was able to pick up a win over James Skelton and Michael Trevarthen and Jason Wells. Tim Combs rounds down the top 5 when you take a gander at that point standings. Richard Murdoch, Eric Johnson, DJ Anderson, Sean Butler, and Brandon Minto is how they came across the line last week. That's how your top 10 drivers look here tonight. Remember, you win here at Michigan, you join Max Terriot. You don't want to be the driver that's trying to point themselves in. You want to be the driver that locks in via a win. That's how you pump up your chest as you go into the playoffs, is by winning. Who will do that here tonight at Michigan as we're ready to go down trackside now for our Sim Box starting lineup. Of course, if you don't have a Sim Box, race fans, you need to get one, and this is how that starting lineup is going to look. Starting on the pole here tonight, out of Virginia, driving car or truck number 51. That's DJ Anderson. This outside, the driver that picked up the win last week, driving car truck number 42. We're going to do that all night long. That is Max Terriot starting in P number 2. Row number 2, driving the 31 Jiffy Lube entry. This is Dave Bragg back there in 3rd. Starting 4th, it's the driver out of Ohio, driving car number 88. That is Sean Butler. Tim Combs, the golfer. That's right, the golfer's here. The Masters just wrapped up, and Tim Combs is here. He will start 5th. Mr. Confusion, the highest rookie coming into the night. That is the 918 of A.J. Hamill out of Vermont. He'll start 6th here. Back into the 7th spot, the 43. That is Joe Strano. He'll start in the 7th spot, while Bruce Potter having his best qualifying effort of the last 2 seasons. He'll drive truck number 59. He'll start 8th. It's the Full Throttle Motorsports Ryan O'Donnell. Full Throttle Racing Ryan O'Donnell's Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry out of Michigan. He'll start 9th. Ethan Troutman driving the 62 truck will round down the top 10. And how about a welcome back, Mr. Tim Blum, the driver out of Florida. Classics Hot Sauce, number 10, will roll from the 11th spot. Starting back in 12th, it's the driver out of Norman, Oklahoma, driving the Get Upside number 5 Miller Lite entry. That's Brandon Minto. Starting back in 13th, driving truck number 4 here tonight out of Massachusetts, that is Jeffrey Souza. He'll start back in 13th position. While the Liquid Molly K1 Graphics Beefy Motorsports entry, number 38, that's Brandon Feeney. He'll go 14th. Chris Hammett will go from the 15th starting spot, while the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14, Massachusetts, will start into the 16th spot. 17th will be Tony Strano, while Dalton Williamson will go 18th on the grid. Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes entry. That's the number 15 of Dustin Gainey, will go 19th. 20th will go to the 86 of James Skelton. He'll have a lot of work to do here tonight. He'll start back in 20th. 21st will go to Philly Edwards, and it looks like... starting back into the 22nd position will be Zach Mitchell. 23rd will be Mike Lemieux. He'll drive the 912 entry. Joshua Buckley will start back into the 24th position. 25th spot out of Georgia, driving the Sim Box entry. That's the 77 of Doug Neal. Back in 26, Sean Single driving truck number 11. He'll start 26th. 27th will go to the number 40. That is Rob Higgins. Rex Hoyle in the Colony Tire and Service Center entry will go 28th. 29th will go to the Australia, the Hot Wheels entry. That's the 184. That's Kevin O'Brien. And Bob Higgins driving the number 30 Checkered Flag Auto Supply entry will go 30th. That's your Sim Box starting lineup here tonight, as these drivers, 30 strong, are ready to go. One truck did have some issues on that start. I believe that was Dalton Williamson. He'll drop to the tail of the field. See if he can rebound here. iRacing.com safety vehicle off the raceway. 30 truck strong coming to the start here. Green flag about to be in the air here tonight at Michigan, and we are racing here with these truckers. 65 laps to figure out who will win round number 2. Great start by everybody as they're side by side. Down into turn number 1, we expect a lot of these drivers to run it like a super speedway here tonight. Look at them storm off the back straightaway. It's the 51 of DJ Anderson all the way down the back straightaway. Looks like he had the run, but here comes that Jiffy Lube entry. The driver out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, driving the 31. That's Dave Bragg. That'll be DJ Anderson leading lap number 1 here tonight, putting Dave Bragg back there. Behind them, it's Tim Combs. That's Tim Combs, Joe Strano, Max Terriot right there. And there's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98, Ryan O'Donnell. O'Donnell up into the 6th spot here in the early goings tonight. He started all the way back into the 9th starting spot. Now he's falling back to 7th because there's an outside car. That's the 88 of Sean Butler. Battle for the race lead, though, that Jiffy Lube number 31. Dave Bragg coming to the front here. He'll lead his first ever laps with Red Light Racing under green flag. Dave Bragg, the new leader here on lap number 3. He'll lead lap number 2. Actually, credit him with 1 lap led here tonight. Here is DJ Anderson still down to the bottom. Tim Combs out of Ohio is right there. How about the driver out of Wisconsin? Driving number 43. That would be the 43. Road Rage Accessories entry. 1 driver way down to the infield. That's going to be the number 73 of Philly Edwards. He probably leaned over to pick up one of his beers, and oh man, that's a cream ale here tonight, and he creamed turn number 2's wall. Look at the damage on that Silverado there on the right front. So Edwards will come across now. Back into the 30th position. Up front, it is Dave Bragg. So it's Bragg, it's Combs, it's Anderson now. Anderson maybe trying to play a little bit of that strategy. You know, him and his teammates of Sean Butler have been known to play some fuel strategy. Good battle right back here around the A.J. Hamill entry. That's right around the 10th spot. Bruce Potter is there. Tim Blum is right there also. Side-by-side battles all the way down the back straightaway. Look at him, almost 3 wide racing there. That's number 4. Little Brandon Feeney with a big move from the outside lane down to the inside lane. He'll try to get to the inside of that Chick-fil-A, number 15. That'll put him 3 wide because that's the get upside Brandon Minto entry. Minto working the outside of the speedway. Look here, right on board that number 4 machine. Watch him in traffic here. Let's see how he navigates turns 1 and 2. Look at everybody going every which way there. Lap around there with Jeffrey Souza as he's trying to work hard into the outside wall. That's the number 15 of Dustin Gainey, the Chick-fil-A Dr. Pepper entry. He will go up and over, and it looks like his night may be done here tonight. That's going to involve a couple of trucks. So the yellow flag going to come out for Dustin Gainey. And that was the number 10, I believe, of Tim Blum, also involved in that one. Take a look here at Dustin Gainey and see what we can spot. There you see the contact, Tim Blum down into the number 15. And the hard impact, that was the number 4 of Souza. We were just riding on board with him a lap or 2 ago. There's the number 3, that is Tony Strano also being involved. Right on board with Tony Strano. Or actually, this is Jeffrey Souza's onboard camera. So a lot of good drivers wrapped up in this one that are going to have to decide now if the juice is worth the squeeze, if they're going to be able to get back out there or not. They're going to come to pit road, and as they come to pit road, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here to Michigan.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to Michigan. As you see, the pace car is still out there, but the lights are out. That means we're going to get ready to go back racing here tonight. It'll be Max Terrell, Dave Bragg, Tim Combs, DJ Anderson, your top 4 drivers here. Drivers that were involved in that last wreck. That was the number 10 of Tim Blum. Jeffrey Souza, Dustin Gainey are the drivers that walked away with the worst damage. Tony Strano also picking up some damage to his number 3 Chevrolet here tonight. All drivers but Souza and Gainey are back out onto the raceway right now. Joshua Buckley coming back out onto the raceway. He was getting something serviced on his truck. His truck was not handling to his liking here tonight. So we're getting ready after the first caution flag of the night here at Michigan. Still have 54 laps to go. It'll be 53 laps to go when they come back here to the restart zone here tonight. Of course, Dave Bragg, the big story of the night so far, being able to pick up a couple laps led under the green flag. That Silverado's been topped off with Jiffy Lube here tonight. Of course, these drivers, though, got to wait till green flag to go. Here we go. Green flag back into the air here at Michigan. We're racing once again. Look at the herd go down into one. It'll be the 42 of Max Terriel, though able to come up through the gears a little bit better than Tim Combs, and along with that as they work down the back straightaway. There you see the 17 of Combs with a better run down on the bottom side. Everybody has 4 tires. One driver quickly coming to pit road. That was the number 5 of Brandon Minto. He'll come to pit road, so he'll have to have that unscheduled stop. He was coming down in a hurry, too. But it is Tim Combs. Now it's going to be Ethan Troutman, as that bottom side seems to be the better place to be here tonight. Still stacked up 2 by 2. You got to go all the way back to what's like the 19th, 20th position till you can find somebody that is actually single file here tonight. Look at the battle. Ethan Troutman. Powerhouse around the bottom. Tennessee versus Ohio at the front of the field with 2 Canadians trailing. It'll be Troutman at the stripe this time by, and now they're going to go single file for the top 4 spots. Ryan O'Donnell, after missing last week in turbo work right at the paint entry, he's on one of those lists of pretty much win to advance right now. Can still point himself in, but man, is he going to need a lot of help from these drivers. James Skelton here tonight started well outside the top 10. All the way back into the 20th spot tonight for his starting position. Of course, James Skelton in the, well, when he's not here on iRacing and he's not selling houses, where do you find James Skelton? Well, of course, you find him fishing in South Carolina. Look at that. He's fishing so much he can't figure out how to do his driver information. To his outside, one of those drivers, though, that has filled that one out, and that's A.J. Campbell. A.J., a rookie this season here in the Scrambler Series. There you see him in the 918 trying to push on the back bumper of the 88 of Sean Butler. As A.J. Hamill currently down 2 spots from where he qualified. Last week having a very disappointing rookie campaign start to the season. Wound up, well, on the hooks and with a DNF in round number 1. He got wrapped up in a wreck that was all initiated and started by the number 11 of Sean Single. Right there you see Sean Single. He was pretty active on Twitter after last week's race. And this is what he had to say over on Twitter after last week's race. He says he thinks the only thing he didn't hit last week was the pace car pretty much. Maybe we'll try to hit that this week. Well, those are his words. We'll see if he's actually going to be able to do that this week, if he actually gets the pace car or not. So far, his night has started by climbing 12 spots from where he started. He is up to the 14th spot after starting way back outside the top 20. So he is on the hunt here tonight. Of course, he's got the Jurassic Park logos on the side of that, so I'm sure everybody's kind of pulling over because, well, they just don't want to be eaten by a dinosaur. That's as plain as day. You don't want to get caught by the dinosaur. So Single currently working to the inside. That is the number 14 of Brian Bianchi, the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe entry. He fires back on the outside, being able to keep the momentum. He's got the draft also. I don't know if there's a little damage. Possible damage on that right front of Sean Single's machine. We'll see if we can find out where that came from. But there's the race leader. Battles for second between the golfer and that Jiffy Lube, number 31. That's Combs in the Fruity Pebbles entry there with the Flintstones all over it. Barney Rubble on the side panels of that number 17 of Tim Combs. With Combs being out front right now, I in second right now. I believe that's the highest he has ran all season long. Last week, remember, getting praise from the number 42 of Max Terrill at the end of that race. Having himself a good run last week, having himself another good run. Here comes Ryan O'Donnell. Got stuck in Atlanta last week for work, not able to make the show. Is here tonight. Top four drivers starting to pull away a little bit. I'm still noticing the 51 of DJ Anderson. He has fallen back here to his teammate, the 88 of Sean Butler. They seem to be working together. Max Terrill also keeping them right there at bay. Here comes A.J. Hamill back down to the inside. That's the empty the tanks entry of A.J. Hamill. He'll slide up in front of the 42. That'll put A.J. Hamill now up into the 7th position. He leaves a lane there for the outside for that 42. There is the Norfolk Southern number 86 of James Skelton. We talked about him. Got that brand new Toyota. New paints on the side of that truck. Joe Schrader's also right there. He rounds out the top 10. Sean Singer still continues to work his way through the field. Up 15 spots now as he runs ahead of the youngster Chris Hammett. There's Brandon Feeney back there. He's selling Beefy Motorsports merchandise over on his page. Driver out of Ontario, Canada, wanting to do some racing this year. If you're looking to support Brandon Feeney, make sure to contact him and he can hook you up. Still got 3 drivers off the raceway. Brandon Minto has called it an evening here tonight. Jeffrey Souza still down on pit road, and Dustin Gainey is sitting back into the 30th position. He has called it an evening also. Unfortunate for those drivers here in round number 2. Should be closing in on, I believe, a green flag pit cycle, as now we're probably actually 10 laps away. Won't be able to do it on just one more stop here, so these drivers are all going to have to start to put on their thinking caps and think a little bit about that fuel strategy that they want to play here tonight. Everybody now single filing out. We're still chasing the number 62 of Ethan Troutman. He comes back across here. He'll lead another lap. James Skelton pushing the back end of that 918 of A.J. Hamill. Talked about Hamill's disappointing finish last Monday night, and then that bad luck streak continued into Thursday night, getting wrapped up in a wreck in the season opener with the Modified Series. Right now, though, AJ 1 spot back from where he started tonight's race off at. One driver we really haven't got to talk about in the last 2 weeks, there's that Simbox entry, and he was wrapped up in that first wreck, the driver out of Georgia. I wonder which is getting better gas mileage right now. I saw Doug Neal in the offseason, picked up a brand new Jeep Wrangler, and I believe he's averaging something like 11 miles to the gallon. 11 miles to the gallon sure as heck ain't good. I wonder if that Silverado right there, you see that's beaten and banged up there on the 77. Wonder if it's better on fuel or that Jeep. I'm going to say this Silverado's better. I'm a little biased though. Of course, Doug Neal, the owner-operator of Simbox. If you're in the market for a button box race fans, don't hesitate. Make sure to contact Doug Neal today, as he can build you anything from mild to wild and everything in between with all the gauges, switches, lights that you need to dial up your sim rig to get you to the front of the field. A couple drivers back here off the pace a little bit. There you see the Rex Hoyle entry, the driver out of North Carolina, the Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54, the wily veteran to the series. He's had some damage to that left front nose piece of that Ford F-150 here tonight, so that is starting to hamper his performance. So Hoyle's back into the 22nd position. Leaders come back across the line. Mixing it up back here, right around the DJ Anderson area. Actually, just behind him, that's Joe Strano. Strano going around the number 42 of Max Terrill. I don't know if Terrill has some damage or if he knows something is up here tonight. So Joe Strano on the Road Rage Accessories, number 43, is right there. Sean Single is right there, and take a look at this. Fan entry sent this in. As actually they tell me we'll get back to that as soon as our pit cycle cycles through. AJ Hamill coming to pit road, the first driver to bring it to pit road here. So AJ going to start this pit cycle off. And as he starts it, he's going to drag Doug Neal, Bruce Potter, and Tony Strano along with him. One will the race leaders pit, because when you look at it right now, you're definitely going to need one more pit stop after this one. You're not just going to be able to stop here and make it the rest of the way to lap number 65 tonight. So when do you pit and how much do you save is going to be the question that's being passed around. Is it better to short pit, or is it better to wait a little bit? See, the 62 stays out here. A couple drivers that are exiting pit road. There goes AJ Hamill. Doug Neal also. They will go a lap down on their service. Zach Mitchell, the only driver that came in that time by. Of course, we got an old friend tuning in out there. Nathan Maurer tuning in here tonight to watch his friend Doug Neal. There's old Doug Neal coming out of pit road. He's got 4 fresh tires on that Silverado. Maybe he can show us how fast it is now. Drivers are coming to pit road this time. Ethan Troutman coming down. Here comes Tim Combs, Ryan O'Donnell, Sean Single, Joe Strano. Everybody's coming to pit road this time. Oh, a good 15, 16 cars. So pit road is going to be a very busy place. You don't want to get wrapped up here. Have something happen. Some drivers are staying out. DJ Anderson, Sean Butler, and Dave Bragg, along with James Skelton, Max Terrill, and Brandon Feeney. They have all stayed out here. They have not come to pit road just yet. So the Toyota of DJ Anderson will bring everybody to pit road here. Everybody else that stayed out now coming to pit road, and the driver that's going to lead them off pit road is going to be that number 62 Chevrolet of Ethan Troutman, pulling another Chevrolet of Tim Combs, and it's going to be Ryan O'Donnell, Dalton Williamson, and Chris Hammett. That's how they're going to come all off pit road. We're keeping an eye on that second pack, call it the third pack, technically, that did come to pit road there, of Anderson, Terriot, Bragg, Butler, Feeney, Skelton. See where they end up in this process. One driver nagged with a pit road penalty. That was Brian Bianchi in the number 14. Feeney's the first one to exit his stall, and it looks like it was just a 2-tire stop for the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. We'll see if that's going to play off or play out here, as it's going to be Troutman, Combs, O'Donnell that do go flying on by down the back straightaway. Ethan Troutman still going to be the race leader. There you see that's a pass there. Sean Butler over Brandon Feeney. They did pit together. We'll see how that works out. Skelton's going to come out of pit road back into the 6th spot here with Joe Strano and DJ Anderson. They're going to flip-flop it back and forth here. And one driver pitting before the other, and that was the 43 of Strano pitting one lap. Look at the 3-wide battle back there, though. Here comes the number 11 of Sean Single. He followed the number 6 of Chris Hammett through the hole, and that put him 3 wide. That's the number 61 of Dalton Williamson. He's got heavy damage to the number 61's nose piece. There you see that unsponsored BK Paint entry of Dalton Williamson. He's going to look to get past here. That's the 42 of Max Terrill. Terrill does not want to stay behind that beat-up number 61 for very long. He doesn't. He gets right around him. Max now has nowhere to go because look at them all stretched out 3 wide down the straightaway. Max a lift. He'll fall back in line behind the number 31. That's Dave Bragg. Remember, Bragg was towards the front of the field before coming to pit road. Three wide, putting Brandon Feeney to the outside there. That was the 42 of Max Terriot. down on the inside, along with the 31 of Bragg, and Single was right there also. We got to ask this. How many fans out there are Sean Single fans? I believe that fan club is about to get a lot more interested to know who Sean Single is. Check this out. We talked about it before the green flag pit cycle. Now is a perfect time as we come to the halfway point home here tonight. Take a look at Sean Single during COVID.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a place of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
I know a lot of people got bored during COVID, but I don't think anybody was as bored as Sean Single. Single, of course, that spoof coming out back in 2020, 2 years ago. That came out to the interwebs, and it kind of got buried. A fan sent it in here, and, well, we figured it was a perfect opportunity after the week that Sean Single had last week that we'd share it here with your race fans. And well, Sean's got some work to do. Remember, he was up 15 spots at one point. He's now only up 14 spots, but he has some rear end damage to that Jurassic Park number 11. So Sean Single's got to get on the hot step here tonight. Working the bottom side of the speedway, that's A.J. Hamill. Remember, Hamill was up inside, just battling outside the top 5. Now he is all the way back to running into the 11th spot. Out front, though, it is still car number 62. Well, the trucker, the tailgater, that's the 62 of Troutman. He's up front. He's got Tim Combs, Ryan O'Donnell, Sean Butler. Last season's champion, and the 88 is right there. James Skelton, 2 years ago champion, along with DJ Anderson. Joe Strano is right here. He is the final truck on the caboose. That's how your top 6 drivers are. Dave Bragg is still sitting there in the 8th spot. He has just about lost that draft. He might be able to pull himself back in off the draft of the 43. There you can see Joe Strano up there. Maybe getting that draft, and that is last time bio, but he's going to get tight that time down in turns number 1 and 2. So that'll hurt the straightaway speed. Then you got Max Terrell back there running into the 9th spot. Chris Hammett's right there. Sean Single has gotten around A.J. Hamill. That's how your top 11 drivers look. Then it's Hamill, Williamson, Mitchell, Feeney, Higgins, Neal Lemieux, Edwards, and Higgins. That's how they do look here tonight. They come across the stripe. They're complete lap number 37, working lap number 38. They're all chasing the driver out of Tennessee. That is Ethan Troutman. It looks like all drivers but one are on the lead lap. And who's the driver that's off the lead lap pace? That's the driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts. The checkered flag, auto supply, Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes entry. That's the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. There you see Buckley. He has some damage on the left-hand side of that Silverado here tonight. So he is back here at the 1 lap down marker, running back into the 27th position. Does Sean Single have any merchandise? Well, I don't believe they have a merchandise deal for the number 11 of Sean Single. If they did, they'd probably call it Crash Bandicoot Tees. Because, man, he tears a lot of stuff up. There you see him. He's back there. He's still running into the 11th spot. Remember, something happened. A.J. Hamill to pit road right now. There you see the 918 is down on pit road right now. There he is. This is not a scheduled stop, I don't believe. We'll have to see. He did pit early compared to the rest of the field. Maybe he's hit that pit window and he's right on the threshold. The driver that has caught the back of the field, that's the number 31 of Dave Bragg. He will go to the inside here in truck number 42. So 2 Canadians battling here for that 8th and 9th position. Remember, they started out front here tonight. So with everybody pretty much going into that choo-choo train single file formation, waiting for that final cat and mouse game of who comes to pit road first. We'll have to wait. Sean Single looks like he has made another pass as he's down to the inside here on Chris Hammett. One Ford around another Ford, and now that train has to try and go run down that front group. That front group is 9 cars strong, so 9 cars up front. Ethan Troutman a couple years ago had one of the strongest cars when we went to the Charlotte Roval for the first time ever. He really hates when we bring it up. We bring it up at least 3 times a season. We might as well bring it up here with 25 laps to go as he is your race leader. Had one of the strongest cars, worked his way to the front, spun it out, had to go all the way to the back, worked his way to about the mid-pack, spun it back out, had to go all the way to the back. He did wind up coming back to finish, though, inside the top 15 that night. But a night that could have wound up on victory lane with one of the fastest machines, wound up with a disappointing finish for that crew. The winner of that race back then, that was the 42 of Max Tarrant, who is running in the 8th spot right now, just behind that front truck of Troutman. Looking to see if anybody has dove to pit road, and nobody but A.J. Hamill has been to pit road, and that does put A.J. Hamill, does look like, right on the 1 lap down marker. So Hamill is 1 lap down. Joe Strano would be the next truck that would go victim to being a lap down, and he's got about the whole straightaway at the back straightaway. There you see that number 3 machine looking right down around the bottom sides of turns 3 and 4. Mom loves me more, Joe, is the message from Tony Strano here tonight. Problem is, Tony's all the way back here to the 25th position. Joe is running inside the top 10. He's running 7th right now. So we're going to have to see what Joe has to say about that one. And Joe's got some really good, strong trucks right around him. He's got the 42 of Terry up behind him. DJ Anderson's out in front of him. Anderson did take a peek there quickly to the outside of that Toyota. That's the James Skelton entry. And then he went right back in line. Another driver coming to pit road here. That's the 77 of Doug Neal. He'll bring down the Simbox entry. He'll hit his pit stall. It should be for the final time here tonight that we see him on pit road. When will the race leader come to pit road? Is it time right here? This is the biggest lead we've seen all night long by anybody, and that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Is Tim Combs holding up that group behind them? Last time by, yeah, once again, your fastest truck on the speedway was the 62 of Ethan Troutman. Or are these trucks back here that are now battling side by side 3 wide with DJ Anderson all the way down onto the apron? Joe Strano trying to keep his right foot in it. They're trying to battle. I believe that is going to be the 918 of A.J. Hamill right there. The whaleresearch.com, emptythetanks.org entry. He's trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Remember, he's one of those drivers that pitted. He pitted a little bit earlier. Now drivers coming to pit road. Bruce Potter, Tony Strano. As Troutman has now opened it up. 2nd and a half. A.J. Hamill coming into the picture here. Runs into a wall because he's got the 88 of Sean Butler, who's running in that 3rd spot. Ryan Donnie, who's running 4th. Can't go anywhere with that Ford. Kind of just boxed in right now. 3 Chevrolets, a Ford, 2 Toyotas. Top 6 drivers. That's how they run right now here tonight at Michigan. 20 laps to go. It'll be 19 laps to go when we come back around here. And brand new colors on that Turbo North Radical Paints entry this season here on Monday night. One driver to pit road. That is going to be Ethan Troutman. He'll come to pit road with the number 62 machine. He'll drag a couple trucks back down pit road with him. That'll be the number 11 of Sean Single, and that'll be the number 6 of Chris Hammond. Here comes Dalton Williamson, and a couple more drivers will be coming to pit road. That's going to be Higgins, Lemieux, Edwards. They are all coming to pit road. Higgins, O'Brien, all to pit road. Sean Butler now will be scored as the race leader for the first time here tonight. So while he goes to the point, A.J. Hamill will get his lap back the old-fashioned way, go up around the race leader and get it. A.J. Hamill, remember, has come to pit road. He was just down on pit road on lap number 38. Here comes some of your race leaders. Tim Combs, Ryan O'Donnell, Joe Strano, all coming down. 3 trucks right here inside the top 5. They will take advantage of this point here with 18 to go to come to pit road. Another driver coming to pit road. That's going to be the Brandon Feeney entry, the driver out of Ontario, Canada. You will lose a lap to the race leaders here. Coming to pit road there, we see the number 11 of Sean Single. I don't know if Single got worried that the 86 of James Skelton was to the outside, but he kind of darted down to the inside there for a moment, and then went right back to the outside lane. So he kind of comes out at. Butler and Skelton, though, will come to pit road. They're going to bring 42 of Max Darrell and Dave Bragg here with 17 laps to go. All these trucks were inside the top 10. First driver that did come off pit road, though, with his group of trucks, that was the 61 of Ethan Troutman. So let's see how big of a lead does he have right now. We got to go all the way back to Ryan O'Donnell, and he's running about halfway down the straightaway now. Stay on board here with the 62 of Troutman, and we will find where your other drivers that just came to pit road, like DJ Anderson, Max Darrell, Dave Bragg, James Skelton, where they all will cycle themselves out at. And actually, I'm being told that DJ Anderson didn't come to pit road. Now he'll bring the 51 machine to pit road. There's the 31 of Bragg. There's the 42 of Terriel. Skelton, all chasing Troutman. Sean Butler right there. He should be able to tag up to the top side here and get the draft. So it will be Ethan Troutman as the race leader, and that lead went from 1.5 seconds to 0.8 of a second. That's how it should look when everything cycles through here, as long as Sean Butler can get on his horse and hold Ethan Troutman to that distance. Troutman has 2-lap older tires at this point. DJ Anderson, though, trying to come out of pit road. He's going to get past for the race lead. Looks like his strategy may not play out in his favor. Look at the race lead, though. It's down to now just 0.1 of a second, called a truck length and a half, maybe. Right now, there's the race leader, and here comes Sean Butler, that 88 truck, to the point here. Ryan O'Donnell now peeking down to the inside. Can Ryan O'Donnell get it done here tonight at his home track here on the iRacing.com platform? Ryan O'Donnell and Sean Butler, 1 lap difference in tires. Of course, Ryan O'Donnell just ran his fastest lap of the night, a 40-second flat, tying your race leader of Sean Butler for the fast. Oh no, that's not the fastest lap, I'm being told. That's actually going to go to the 86 of Skelton. And where is old James Skelton? There he is as he works down the back straightaway. He's battling with Ethan Troutman for that 3rd spot. Skelton up 17 positions. Finds himself running 3rd as they're coming to get 14 laps to go. Still anybody's ball game here if they want to take home the big W here tonight. So 14 laps to go. It's Butler, it's O'Donnell, it's Skelton, and Troutman, how they come across the line. Joe Strano all over the back end of the 17, while he's got Max Terra all over the back of him. Remember, Max picked up the win last week, so he's locked into the championship playoffs. Don't have to worry about that one. One driver coming to pit road. That's the number 3 of Tony Strano with a very, very damaged Victory Junction number 3 entry. He'll bring it to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell trying to figure out a way around this 88. Butler a little up and down the track as O'Donnell was very smooth that time through turns 1 and 2. You want to be smooth on the wheel. You don't want to have that up and down like Butler had there in turns 1 and 2 because that's one, it's going to hurt the tires. 2, you're going to lose ground, as that's exactly what happened. Now Ryan O'Donnell is within striking distance here. Let's see what he does off turn number 4. If he dives down to the inside, he'll have a good run coming. Butler going to go down to the bottom. He'll protect the bottom side. That's exactly what he wanted to do there. With 12 laps to go, it's still anybody's ball game at the front of this field. It's Butler, it's O'Donnell, and Skelton. That's how they're going to run down here into 1. Look at Ryan O'Donnell really trying to dive it off the corner, see if he can get a good run down the back straightaway. And it looks like he'll be able to get to the bumper. Will he swing it to the inside? He is going to. He swings it to the inside. Skelton's going to go to the outside here, it looks like. Possibly try and just stick to the outside on the back bumper of that 88. Ryan O'Donnell will take the race lead, but he's going to touch the apron. Will he be able to hold it this time off turn number 4? Can he lead tonight? Ryan O'Donnell will lead at the line. It'll be O'Donnell, it'll be Butler, it'll be Skelton across the line. Everybody else through the field here tonight running single file formation. You are watching the best battle on the speedway right now. And that battle is a 3-horse race at the front of the field. But as they battle, here comes that 62. Troutman is starting to reel the race leaders back in. And he has led the most laps here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway. So Troutman certainly knows how to get around here. Max Terra also starting to pull in this front group of trucks. And they still got Tim Combs, Joe Strano's right there, Dave Bragg, DJ Anderson a little bit further off the back, and then Sean Single currently holds that 10th position here as they come back across the line. Double high fives at the flag stand. It'll be 10 laps to go here in the Irish Hills of Michigan at the Michigan International Speedway. A.J. Hamill right now, who is currently 1 lap down to the race leaders. He is running in the 22nd position. Remember, he was able earlier to come up and pass the race leaders to get a lap back. So he was 4 laps down. Now it's just sitting, 2 laps down. He is now sitting 1 lap down. Pretty wide there. They're going to shuffle A.J. Hamill to the top side. It'll be the 42 of Max Terrill working to the inside groove there. He also had Ethan Troutman taking a peek. Troutman not able to go back around that number 42. Battle for the second spot now as they go down into the corner. And here comes James Skelton. James is trying to do it for all the fishermen all around the world right now. That Toyota with a very terrible start. Trying to bring it to the front. What is Sean Butler doing? He saw how Ryan O'Donnell was able to go up and pass him with that big, wide arc down into turn number 1. Will we see Sean Butler attempt to do that? Ryan O'Donnell stays right up around the outside. He'll come back. He'll complete another lap as the race leader. Did we see Sean Butler do exactly what Ryan O'Donnell did? Was it too early for Ryan O'Donnell to make that move? We're going to find out here. Butler trying a very similar tactic this time off turn number 2. Butler has a little bit of an electrical issue, but he'll get to the quarter panel of that Turbo Radical Paints entry. Here comes the Butler. Down to the bottom in turns number 3 goes the Butler. Will he be able to clear by the time they come off 4? Ryan O'Donnell going to try and cross over attempt, but here comes the 86. James Skelton is right there. Will Skelton be able to get to the inside of the number 98? Not quite able to. Now, actually, Ryan O'Donnell's going to move a little bit higher. So Skelton, who has the preferred line right now, which is the low line around the raceway. Skelton going to drift up a little bit. That's going to pack some air onto Ryan O'Donnell. Donnie has to lift. Ryan O'Donnell hard into the wall off turn number 2. He'll lose the top 3. He'll lose the top 5, and he is dropping like a rock in water right now. Ryan O'Donnell, who just picked up his brand new Ford Bronco. He got the, I forget which edition it is. It looks like the old Bronco, though. It's the off-road edition, pretty much. And he's got it in that beautiful orange color. He just thought he tried to climb the wall, though, in this Ford F-150. Not going to happen. He'll fall all the way back for the second, all the way to the 8th position. Now the pressure is going to be on, though, because you win and you're in. Who do you go up there and help? That's the 10 of Tim Blum going a lap down. Remember, in his return, the driver out of Florida, making his return here tonight. Classics Hot Sauce entry. He's in the record book of winning 4 races in a row here with the Scrambler Series on Monday night. Had to take a little time off. He's back here tonight. This time, Sean Butler will get the high five in his face. It is just 5 more times around the speedway here. 10 miles of racing left to go. Who will pick up the big W? Dave out there in his cave is saying that Max Terriot, the storm from the north, is going to blow in here tonight and pick up the big W. He was able to start on the front row. So can he get it done tonight? 5 to go. 4 to go for the Butler this time at the line. It's a battle between 2 of the lap cars right there. A.J. Hamill trying to get around the other lap down car. That's the 10 of Tim Blum. That'll put A.J. Hamill into the lucky dog spot if we were to have a caution. Only had one of those here tonight. Joe Strano up into the 6th position here tonight, trying to work on a top 5. He's right behind Tim Combs. There you see the 62 of Ethan Troutman. Remember, he has led the most laps here tonight, but he is currently back into the 4th position. Then it's Combs, Strano, Bragg. They're all running nose to tail. Ryan O'Donnell has really fallen off the pace here. Oh, one truck into the wall. That's the number 24. That is Zach Mitchell. He is also a lap down, battling with A.J. Hamill. It is a battle for position as we got the 3 laps to go that time by at the line. So A.J. Hamill will pick another one up. He'll now go into 21st. 3 to go. Lap traffic is out in front of the race leaders. That is going to be the number 54 of Rex Hoyle. Hoyle, the veteran. We're calling him the veteran of the series. He'll work the outside. Looks like Tony Strano also will work the outside of the speedway. We'll come by this time. It'll be the popsicle sticks in the air as James Skelton kind of gets held up that time out of turn number 4 on that lap car. There's your 3 race leaders. It's the 88 of Butler, the 86 of Skelton, and the 42 of Max Terriel. Next time by, we will see that Culpeper's Bakery Cafe white flag here tonight at Michigan. See if we get there, or we will need overtime tonight. Everybody in line there. There's a battle going on just at the tail of this draft. That's between the 2 lap cars currently of A.J. Hamill and Zach Mitchell, but we keep it locked here on the race leaders at this time by. It'll be the white flag. 1 lap to go, presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. The final 2 miles here tonight at Michigan. Who will it be? There's the top 2. There's the top 3 in the picture frame. Butler will lead him down the back straight away, and it looks like that Norfolk Southern Toyota got a little bit tight. He'll fall back. Here comes Max Terriel. He'll now work to the inside. So Butler needs 2 more corners tonight to clinch a victory here. Max Terriel takes over second, but it'll be the race to the line. And out of turn number 4 to pick up another win in the history books. It'll be the 88 of Sean Butler going to victory lane. Max Terriel, James Skelton, then the scramble to the line. It'll be Troutman, Combs, Joe Strano, DJ Anderson, Dave Bragg, Ryan O'Donnell, and Chris Hammett rounding out the top 10 drivers. Looks like something happened to James Skelton after the finish line, so we'll see if that holds for Skelton. Unofficial results on the left-hand side of the screen. Find where your favorite driver comes across the line here tonight, but it is Sean Butler picking up another win for himself in the record book. Sure, he'll come across here and burn them down. There it is. So he'll burn it down here tonight at Michigan as he'll go to victory lane. As round number 2 is in the books here tonight. Take a look here real quick and watch back the final lap, and you're watching the Chris Hammett and Sean single battle. This is the battle for 10. As they come back around here, let's see. There's the truck. Now they do this. Here we go. This is the battle that you're watching. The final lap for 10. Down the back straightaway. Hammett swung it to the inside. Single pushes way wide and high. Look at Chris Hammett just shove the nose. And that's how they're going to finish here. Let's see who gets that 10th position. Contact, and it's going to be the 6 by a fender. Boy, that's for the 10th position. Think of how hard they would have battled for the win here tonight, where Sean Butler is the winner here tonight at Michigan. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here to wrap things up tonight.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Michigan International Speedway here tonight. Round number 2 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. 65 laps are in the books here after only one caution flag tonight at Michigan, and it came down to a 3-horse race at the end of this one. Let's head down trackside here tonight to talk to our driver that winds up in victory lane. It's the 88 of Sean Butler. Sean, kept putting this truck right back into victory lane this season early, securing your chance at a championship. But walk us through tonight's race, because this truck hovered right around the 10th position for the first
go at the end, and it just worked out great. DJ he tried to stay out an extra lap, lost a little bit more time because he was running by himself. But overall, great run for us tonight, and take a victory nice and early. Unfortunately, not running for a championship this year. Just out here running, have some fun, and get some wins, hopefully.
Well, you get a win, you notch that on the belt buckle of wins that you've picked up here on Monday night. It's got to feel good to put the 88 back in victory lane, but no championship, so that means we're going trophy hunting this year?
Yeah, it's all about, just trying to do something different and try to win some races. Tonight, the strategy kind of got thrown at us with that early caution. We knew that it would be kind of close if you just pushed it, so that's why I just kind of was riding.
One of the drivers that always saves some fuel. Was it just in the 88 camp where that strategy was kind of passed down, or was it whispered down the alley through the other trucks in the organization?
I think we all knew about it. It's just, Max was saving a lot early. It's like me and DJ were behind him, and we just kept losing the lead trucks. And I was like, we don't want to get this far behind him. So I'm not sure why he was saving so much, but it works. it worked out, and here he is in second. So I mean, it worked out for him too. So same strategy, a little bit different way he approached it than I did, but it all worked out in the end.
Works out for you here tonight. You're able to pick up the win here in Michigan. The red carpet rolls out, though. The microphone becomes yours once again here. Who do you got to thank back home?
I thank DJ for helping out. You know, we've this awesome paint scheme. We kind of tweaked it a little bit, just add a little bit color to it, and just make it look a little different. And then thank you up there in the booth, and all the guys there at Red Light for coming out, and all the admins putting these on and everything. Look forward to it every weekend. Congrats to Max and James for coming home second and third.
There you hear it from tonight's winner after 65 laps. He hails out of Ohio. He drives the 88. He's a champion here with the series, and he picks up another win with the series. So Sean Butler picks up P number 1. P number 2 goes to the 42 of Max Terriel. Max, a strategy game out there tonight for this team, and is going to walk away with a second place finish. How did your night play out to wind up on the podium?
Yeah, it was saving from lap 1, not knowing if or when the caution would come out. So, yeah, that's it's not my type of racing to save fuel, to try to go fast as much as you can, but it ended up working in the end, so we'll take it.
Towards the end of this race, you were turning some of the fastest laps you had all night long. You actually will get credited with the fastest lap of the race here. What's the big key when you come here to this track?
It's probably, I'd say, the exit of corner 2. The trucks, well, every car we drive here gets really tight, and the way the banking drops on the exit of 2, it's really easy after about 10 or 12 laps on the tires to make it run up the wall, just like Ryan did with about 6 or 7 laps to go. So that's what you need to focus on: tire wear on the right front and that wall out of turn 2.
Well, you kept it out of the wall, that's for sure. So a win last week and a second place finish here tonight at Michigan. It's got to be a good season so far here for you, Max. Congratulations on a podium run here, who makes this all possible back home.
Yep, my girlfriend, my friend Max, and my dad. Shout out to Josh, James, and Richard for running this Monday Scrambler series, and Turn 3 Network for the broadcast.
There you hear it, the driver out of Canada here tonight, picking up a second place finish. And the guy who finishes in third, he may have been number 1 the other night at the out there fishing, but tonight, James, it looked like second, but it's going to be a third. What happened there in the closing laps?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just got tight, just trying to get to Sean just a little bit more. But a third place finish after my abysmal qualifying effort of 20th, to miss the carnage and pick up some spots. And I was on the same strategy as Sean, DJ, and Max. I was trying to pass trucks and save fuel the whole time. And then once I got to 10th, I think I just settled in and was just trying to save fuel.
Yeah, you talk about qualifying. What happened in your qualifying run? Just missed the tire pressure game, or was it the out of turn number 2 that got you?
Roger, I have absolutely no clue. Maybe lack of talent. I think coming out of actually through 3 and 4, I just didn't go to the wall. I didn't put a lot of practice in qualifying. I thought it would be the second lap. I missed it.
Well, you were able to rebound here tonight. Tonight's a good run. 17 spots. That's the biggest mover and shaker here tonight. But talk about the big fish that you were able to catch the other night. The biggest one of the tournament?
Yeah, so I was able to get big fish, and then that was one of the most fun tournaments I've ever done. It was just a 3.5 hour little quick tournament, and so you got to make every spot you go to count, and won some money, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, there you have it, race fans. If he's not here on iRacing having himself a ball or selling a house, you know where you can find him: out on the lake, out up the river, wherever he is going. He's going to be one of the drivers that you have to battle with on the track, or if you're out at a fishing rodeo. James, before we let you go, though, this Toyota was very fast. That means there's definitely people back behind the scenes that made this possible.
Yeah, for sure. I want to thank my new teammates with Full Throttle Racing. Tim, good to see him out there. Ryan, I watched the replay. I don't know if I came up a little bit or he just got really, really tight out of two. I got talking after that, and then Richard's on vacation. Josh for everything he does. You, Roger, for the broadcast. I'll definitely check it out tonight. And all the drivers. It was a good run by Sean, and DJ had a good strategy, and just didn't pan out at the end. Max on his good finish, and then all the sponsors and everybody that was watching.
There you hear it from the driver out of South Carolina here tonight. Not fishing, but he's here turning some laps, so he'll finish into the P number 3. That's the driver of the 86 of James Skelton. That's how the top 3 of those shake down. Butler, Daryl, Skelton. Boy, this one was a strategy race, but the question being, what will it be next week when we head to the next round? Round number 3 will be at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The Next Generation Cup cars, which are today's Cup cars, will be the next cars to hit the track for 90 laps, which will be the next driver to go to victory lane. 2 races in, 2 winners this season. You heard Butler, though, tell us he's not racing for a championship. He's here to collect trophies. He'll be a threat next week when we do head to New Hampshire. It'll be the second time ever we've taken the Next Generation Cup car to the Magic Mile. So, race fans, for everybody, though, with the Red Light Racing Series, everybody over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. My name's Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show here from Michigan. Everybody stay safe, and until we catch you next time, we'll see you in Turn 3.